Now for offering samples, I do two different ways. Once I bring people in, I make a fresh batch of popcorn. That'll bring some more sales out. You get the smell out. And then I bag everything ahead of time so that way people can see that my bag's already made. Back in California, when I used to make this, actually, the difference between here and now, in California, that there is no humidity. Well, here there's humidity, so I bags all the fags up front. Then that way I can actually get my flavors out. So if they want to try a sample, I say, here guys, give me hands. And with kids, I tell them, if you give me 2 hands, you get more, and then with adults, you get less because you have larger hands. That's actually a joke, but that's not really serious. And then I go like this, and I offer the samples. Now for pork rinds, everything I offer samples for, except for the cotton candy. Believe it or not, I have the kids who also want to try the samples of the cotton candy, and I don't do that. So for the samples for the cotton candy or for the pork rinds, I do this just like this, and I pour it right onto their hands. Then that way they can try it out. And also, if you really want to get creative, if you have a crowd of people, I come back here, the popcorn in the bowl, and I said, here, give me your hands, and I try to go out and offer people samples that way. And the sampling is the perfect way for people to buy, and as soon as people try sampling it, I'd say over 60% of the people will buy. The other difference between two is as far as popping fresh versus ahead of time. If you pop fresh versus ahead of time, you'll get way more sales than you would if you have already bagged. So that's why I like to pop fresh, because you get the smell. I've actually had people say that they smell it 3 blocks away. Anyways, guys, this is Speedy's Kettle Corn. Any more tips or suggestions, let me know. This is actually my price point here as well. I had a guy actually make my cotton candy, my pork rind sign. For prices here, I do 1 bag for $8, 2 for $15, or 3 for $20. And these bags are pretty good sized bags. The more you buy, the more you get a discount. And if you want to buy, let's say 4 or 5 bags, let's say I do $5 for each bag after. And in fact, with the pork rinds and the popcorn, these are a great compliment because a lot of people are staying away from sugar. So as long as you have more savory flavors and the sugar ones, it's a great compliment because people are also not eating carbohydrates. They're on the keto diet. So I highly recommend people who refer to me selling pork rinds. Last year alone, I sold over 800 pounds, guys. So it really won't be a difference in your sales. If you're seeing less sales like popcorn, go with the pork rinds, go with cracklings. Figure out what sells in your market, because I live in Maryland and it's typically a southern state. People of all races and colors and sizes and shapes, skinny, fat, white, black, it doesn't matter. For whatever reason, people like the pork rinds. Anyways, guys, this is Speedy Kettle Corn. Thanks for watching.